The tickets sold out before she even stepped on the court. Not for the final. Not for the semifinals. For a Wednesday night second-round match. And here's the kicker. The only other player to achieve this in Toronto over the last 2 decades was Serena Williams. Not Rafael Nadal. Not Roger Federer. Not Novak Djokovic. Alex Eala, a 21-year-old from the Philippines, had just matched the greatest of all time. And Canada was not ready for what was about to hit them. This is the story of how Alex Eala's red carpet arrival in Toronto turned a routine tournament into a sold-out spectacle. The National Bank Open in Toronto has seen some of the greatest players in tennis history. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Serena Williams. But none of them, not even the legendary Big Three, could sell out an opening Wednesday night session in Toronto. Only Serena had done it in the last 20 years. Until now. Alex Eala's presence in the draw sold out the night session for her second-round match. Tickets were reportedly sold out ahead of the competition, setting the stage for a packed and electric atmosphere. Tennis Connected reported, interesting fact, Wednesday night is sold out in Toronto because of Alexandra Eala. From reliable sources I can tell you that only Serena has done that in the last 20 years. Not even Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, or Novak Djokovic have sold out an opening Wednesday night. Incredible. The Alex Mania that had swept through Washington, D.C. had officially crossed borders. It was no longer just a winning streak. It was a movement. The Filipino community in Canada and around the world was ready to turn Toronto into Alex Eala country. But there was a catch. Eala's schedule was brutal. She had just won the biggest title of her career at the Mubadala DC Open in Washington, D.C., a grueling tournament that saw her defeat the defending champion Leylah Fernandez, Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen, world number 10 Alina Svitolina, 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka, and world number 3 Jessica Pegula. And she had done it after a rain delay that stretched the final across 2 days. The final against Pegula ended late Monday. Eala was scheduled to compete in Toronto on Wednesday night. That gave her barely more than 24 hours to travel, recover, and prepare for one of the toughest tournaments on the calendar. Eala faces a grueling turnaround after rain delays DC Open final, Manila Bulletin reported. The Filipina was seeded 25th in the WTA 1000 event, a tournament rated just 1 rung below the Grand Slams, and had received a first-round bye. Despite the demanding schedule ahead, Eala remained locked in on her quest for more history. So many takeaways from this tournament. Eala said after the championship, "I think I ended the tournament in better shape than I started. Each match I kept improving and kept learning things about myself." If there was any surface where Eala could handle the grueling turnaround, it was hard courts. Eala learned to play tennis on basketball courts and concrete surfaces in the Philippines, where the sport has long taken a back seat to basketball and volleyball. "I prefer the hard court," Eala told Talking Tennis. "It's the one I grew up on, and I think my game naturally is more suited to that." The hard court swing, which includes the National Bank Open in Toronto, the Cincinnati Open, and the U.S. Open, is where Eala has produced many of the biggest moments of her career. She announced herself to the tennis world by winning the 2022 U.S. Open Girls Singles Championship without dropping a set. She made her breakthrough run at the Miami Open in 2025, defeating 3 Grand Slam champions, including Iga Swiatek. And she became the first Filipino to win a Grand Slam main draw match at the 2025 U.S. Open. Now, with her first WTA Tour title under her belt, Eala was back on the surface that shaped her game. "My focus right now is to prep for the U.S. Open," Eala said during her homecoming in Manila. Some good tournaments. Before the U.S. Open, Eala had one more stop. On August 27th, she was set to join fellow rising stars Iva Jovic, Lerner Tien, and Brazilian ace João Fonseca in the Stars of the Open exhibition match as part of the U.S. Open's week-long build-up. It was a chance to showcase her skills on the biggest stage, alongside the next generation of tennis stars. But the ultimate goal was the U.S. Open itself, where Eala first etched history as the first Filipina to win a Grand Slam main draw match after stunning then world number 15 Clara Tauson of Denmark the previous year. As the now world number 20 player in the WTA rankings, Eala was expected to be seeded in the main draw, guaranteeing her a first-round bye. "I don't have a specific round in the U.S. Open that I say, oh, Kailang and Kong Abu Tenido. The way I approach tournaments, match by match, round by round, Eala had said. The US Open was the final slam of the year, and Eala was in for a long haul. The tickets had sold out. The red carpet had been rolled out, and the world was watching. Eala had arrived in Toronto not as a promising young player, but as a champion, and the fans, the media, and the tennis world were ready for her. The true measure of Eala is not in the trophies she wins, the records she breaks, or the goals she achieves. It is in the millions of lives she touches. The children who grow up watching her, dreaming of becoming like her. The fans who see in her a reflection of their own struggles and triumphs. The nation that rallies behind her, united by a shared dream. And now, a city that had rolled out the red carpet for her before she even stepped on the court. This was not the end. It was the beginning of something far greater. Toronto had seen a champion arrive, and the world was watching to see what she would do next.